Okay, sick. It was recording indeed, which is a good sign, because that means this should be recording as well. 45 minutes, bloody hell, 45 minutes. What am I going to say? 45 minutes. Okay, one sec, I'm going to turn the light on. Let's look a little bit pretty. Ooh, let's turn that one off as well. One sec. There we go. That should look nice and pretty. Maybe point you. How do I, without showing the complete utter mess behind me? Point you there, looking at my nose. Yeah, nice and close. Too close. Let's leave you there. Sick. I can turn around like this, and then you should be able to hear me loud and clear. Loud and clear, yes. There we go, that should be better. I was just looking at the orientation of the microphone. And that should mean that the fan noise doesn't affect you that much. So, too much stuff to fiddle with and stuff. About there. I think it should be good. Nice one. So, I just wanted to check in and be like, "Wagwan, my dudes, pew pew, yeah." That's it, bye. No, that wasn't it. What I wanted to say was, I felt excitement for the first time in so long, a true passion for something that I'm doing. I've been waking up lately, and it's like, how do I describe it? I wake up and it's like, oh yeah, here I am again. And then I try to fix my thoughts, and then I go about the day, just like I did the day before. And it's basically just a repeat of that for the past probably 2 or 3 months, maybe more than that actually. I haven't really been excited about what I'm doing for a long time. I just kind of got used to it. But guess what your boy did today? He downloaded Ableton finally. With the 90-day trial. Exciting stuff. And I've got to say, I don't think I've been in the flow state for so long. Maybe when I was programming, but I had to force myself to program for the last bit of coursework because it was so boring. It was just like, there were like 1,000 things to do, and I was the only person doing the 1,000 things. I mean, the designing of the web UI, it was like, I can't be bothered. It was really boring. It was interesting at first, and the design stuff was fun, but then actually implementing it, because it was just basically repeating the same thing over and over, I probably had to force myself to do it. But got it done, which is good, because that's progress from second year. Woohoo. Throwback to not being able to make myself do anything. Woohoo. But thinking about it, okay, let me actually think about it. When was the last time I experienced the flow state? By which I mean, you know when you're doing something and you don't realize hours are passing by? Stuff like that. Apart from like watching films and stuff. But watching films leaves me in like a state of guilt these days, because I feel like I should be creating something. It's not even like I feel like I should be, it's that I want to be, but I just do something else instead because it's easier. Stop fiddling, Hasib. Where's my magnets at? I had some magnets here somewhere. This is my clean desk. I've got some chocolate here. Anyway, back on topic. So the last time I experienced flow state, I remember getting it a lot when I was younger, when I'd be like programming just for the fun of it. But then I think, I don't know, because I couldn't. So I'm thinking of whether there's a single activity that I could pin it down to, or I'm like, oh, that puts me in a flow state. But I don't think it's the activity. I think it's the pressure that comes with the activity. like I love programming and creating shit like that and like thinking of something and then implementing it and actually seeing the result. Like that blows my mind completely. But I really didn't like it at uni because, well, I don't know why. I haven't really thought about it that much, to be honest. But one possible reason is because of the amount of like pressure and people observing it around it. I don't like people watching what I'm doing. Like even now, I like creating on my own and then showing somebody the finished result. I don't like somebody being sat there. I can't even program with somebody sat next to me. It's so hard. It's just like no. So funny story actually. Towards the start of the year, when we were still okay, I should fill in for those who are unaware. I concluded my fourth year of uni this year and we had a group project. And towards the start of the year, when I was still getting to know the people in the group, I didn't really speak to them that much on the course because a lot of them they did year in industry, so they were kind of like additions to our cohort that went through the successive years together. And so I didn't really know them that well. And apart from one of them, he's a pretty cool guy. I like him, Pew Pew. Shout out Pew Pew. I don't want to say names, lol. But you know who you are. But he hadn't really seen me program either, my mate. But towards the start of the year, I remember like being super self-conscious about somebody watching me work because I don't really have confidence in my abilities. And I know I'm decent at doing a lot of things, like programming being one of them, design another one, etc., etc. But I don't know how to, I guess, show somebody that very well. So towards the start of the year, I was like, I really didn't want to do like anything, and I would get like so jittery when they were sat next to me and like watching me program, and I was like, I couldn't even think straight. It's crazy. I was like, so I remember writing like one line of code, and I just escape the programming and just help them out with what they were doing instead, even though I had tasks of my own to do. I was just like, oh, what are you doing there? Oh, you could do this and this and this. So I got a bit of a rep. I got a bit of a rep for being the ideas guy, lol. But that wasn't my intention. That was just because I was so nervous to program in front of them. Moral of the story, yeah. Moral of the story, I find it very difficult to create when somebody else is in the room. There's exceptions, like, because I'm so used to Naguib's presence, if he shuts up, and doesn't like look at me, or he can look at me. I don't care what he thinks these days. But Nikib could be in the room and I could like do something. That's like okay. But most people, I can't hack it. It's too much pressure for me, and my brain just farts. And then I'll have an idea, and somebody walk in the room, and I'll have a brain fart, and the idea is just gone, booped out of existence. That was completely off topic. I was supposed to be talking about the flow state. I don't remember what thought led to that train of thought. But yeah, I was explaining flow state and why I haven't been in it. Yeah, so when I was younger, I used to get in it a lot because I would spontaneously have the internal inspiration / motivation to make something like a website or do some programming or I don't know, create something, edit a video, stuff like that, shoot something. And then I'd just do it there and then in the moment and just get it over and done with. And then I got to uni and you can't do that because you have set deadlines and everything's, I want to refrain from using the word, but to me it feels like it's all micromanaged. And it's like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this now, you gotta do this now, you gotta do this now. And that's not receptive to me. But yeah, so I haven't flow stated in a very, very long time. I think even weirdly enough, like I love video editing, but editing this video for uni, man. It really took it out of me. I guess once I was like focused in after like an hour of forcing myself to do it, then it was kind of fun. But it was just annoying as well because it was all 4K footage and it was like it wouldn't cache properly, and then I'd have like frame drops, and I was just like, come on, man, just work for me, Premiere. I have 2 days to complete this. Not really. I edited it for like probably a week and a half. But the last week and maybe 2 days, week and just over a week, was definitely like 8 hours a day editing. Gang. Probably more. I remember having like 5 hours sleep the whole time. Every night. Anyway, but yeah, moral of the story, I haven't been in flow state for a long time, and it's not because it's not activity based. It appears to be more of a basis of motivation and pressure for me. Like if I'm not pressured to do something and I out of my own will want to do that thing, it'll flow really nicely and I'll create something really cool and I won't be stressed about it, and it'll be really fun and it'll give me a huge dopamine hit and I'll be like, this is so sick. But yeah, so Hasib, I hear you ask, why make this video today? Well, going back to what I said earlier, man downloaded Ableton Live and I've been writing for past 2-3 years now. Nothing like structured or anything, like songs, I mean. So I've got melodies written down and choruses and a few verses, but I think I must have wrote 3 or 4 whole songs, just the ones that like stuck in my head, and like if I had a weekend free I'd be like, let's finish that song off. But I have like voice note after voice note on my phone. In terms of like unique melodies, I probably have about, I want to say 40 over the past. Okay, I have 139 voice notes. If I count for maybe, I don't know how much percent it will be, but say it's like 100 voice notes, and I only use that app really for recording song ideas. So yeah, I've been trying to improve my writing and trying to improve my singing. So the next step is trying to improve my production, because I have ideas, I hear it in my head, and I want to be able to accurately reproduce that and show it to people, because that would be the coolest thing ever, to be like, hey, that's what was inside my head, yo, you're listening to it, that's so sick. I don't even think I'd care if somebody liked it or not at that point. I'd be like, well, it's exactly how it sounded in my head, so I don't really care if you like it or not, because that's my dopamine hit accomplished, pew pew. But yeah, update complete. In 13 minutes and 20 seconds, gang. Let's hope this website does not crash. And let's hope it actually lets me save it, because that'd be really annoying if it doesn't. Okay. That's really cool, man. I just think it's really cool how I think I'll wake up tomorrow and inshallah I'll be excited to wake up, because I'm like, yo, time to test out some more 808 pitch shifts, because that's what I'm into these days. Get me a plucked bass, and I've got some reverse cymbal smash-ins. I need to work on it a lot though. Like, I know the basics and I know most of the theory, like the technical theory of music, not like uh not like music theory, not like composition and stuff. I don't know that stuff. Okay, I know bits of it. I don't know all of it. But I know a lot of how the tech behind the scenes works, because man's a professional engineer now. Oh yeah, pew pew, man graduated. Oh yeah, Master of Electronic Engineering, this guy, pew pew, pew pew. Who would have thunk it? But yeah, I need to get better composition. because I think I've got the drum hits down and the rhythm of it, but I just need to work out where my melodies that man hears in his head come into it. Because the second I start playing, so I have this melody in my head, right? I'm like, ooh, I'll go there, ba 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 ba, and then I try because I don't have a MIDI keyboard or anything like that, so I'm just using my standard keyboard, my computer keyboard, right here, pretty bog standard, Amazon, £8, gang, and I'm trying to work out where the notes are because I don't have perfect pitch or anything like that either. So I fiddle it out, and then by the time I'm like fiddling it out, I'm like grooving to this thing that I'm just fiddling, and the initial melody that I wanted to play goes straight out the window. I think I need to work on that, lol. Because when it comes to creating covers and stuff, I need to make the melody fit the key that the cover's in. Otherwise, it's just not gonna work. Like if I'm grooving to some melody that's in some obscure key that isn't the one that I'm doing the cover in, it's just not gonna sound good. And I want it to sound good. But yeah, pretty wild. Let's hope the fan noise isn't too bad. It's really hot. It's midnight 53 on the 13th of August 2020. 16 minutes. I can take it to 20. Okay, so plans at the moment. It's August, so I've had about 3 months off now. July, August. No, that's 2 months. Wait, what? No. Because I finished in June. What am I talking about? I finished on June the 6th. So I've had June and July, and I'm halfway through August. That's about 3 months. So there's inputs and trials, 90 days. So I was having my poo, as you do, and I was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I took 3 months out just to produce and learn how to produce? And I was just like producing every day because I think I have enough money to live off just about. I should probably start applying for work, to be honest. If I need money, which I kind of do. I wouldn't mind some money right now. But then I think I need to properly think about it, but I can't be bothered to think about it. I just wing it. I've thought too much. I did sit down and think about like what I want to do with my life about a month and a half ago, and everything seems to be going reasonably to plan. I think I gave myself a guard band, assuming that I'd start applying in September and then working in October. Initially, I told myself, oh yeah, I'm going to apply in August. I've still got 27 days, 17 days, 18 days-ish left until August is over, so I could start applying in August. But yeah, so my plan is to do 9 to 5 bog standard engineering role, hopefully get some nice P, and then on the weekends and after work on either a startup or music production / videos, and it's probably going to be a mixture of all three, let's be honest. Oh, it's so exciting because I wrote like a plan for doing videos. I planned like 30 videos out, not completely, just like basic idea, so it's something that I could go off if I had any brain farts while wanting to make a video. And then the week after, I was like, I feel like I've got the satisfaction already, so I wasn't motivated to do it. And then now I'm like, yo, it would be so cool to make videos on music production, like music production learning process 101. Yeah, that would be such a cool vlog. Like, I would watch that. Build a community, gang. And now I'm like motivated to do that, but we'll see tomorrow. To be honest, it could just be the initial hype, and I could just be super hyped right now. And then tomorrow I'll wake up and I'll be like, life's back to normal. We'll see how it goes. That'd be kind of funny. But yeah, that's the plan. So work weekdays, and then on the weekends, work on the other stuff, which is likely going to be a company at this point, and be learning Forex. So maybe a bit of that, but that's getting boring now. It's a very steep learning curve, and I've been trickling through it. Like whenever I've got the inspiration to do it, but it's really boring reading about it. And I've been reading about stuff that's like learning is difficult, especially when it's something that. So if you picture a neural network, right, you have an idea of something, and that could be encompassed by a set of neurons. And when you have a new idea, you sort of classify it with what you already know. But when it's something completely new that you don't really have a strong link with something you already know, it's a lot of effort that it takes to learn. And that's why I didn't like chemistry in A level. Because a lot of it was memorizing stuff that didn't really link to the previous stuff, and I was like, oh, this is so much effort. But that's the state that I'm in right now with Forex, because a lot of it, the strategies and the analysis, the technical analysis that people go into, is learn from experience, and the way they describe it is literally just this is this, remember this, da 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 da. And I don't have anything to go off in my brain, so it's like I have to read it like 4 times over to get what they're saying. Like I understand what they're saying, but to actually remember it, and it's just a lot of effort. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I'm gonna fix my baseline now, and maybe get a decent melody in there, rather than the one I have now, which was just fiddled together. I don't even like the melody. I just it's a lot of effort to redo it because I got the timing right, and the way it hits is quite nice on the rhythm of it. Can't be bothered to redo it, but we'll see. Pretty sick. That's it. Update complete. Update concluded. It's 59 minutes past midnight. Going into 59, 37, 38, 39. It's basically 1 o'clock in the morning on the 13th of August, 2020. This is Aseed Malik, signing off. Khuda Hafiz.